Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of our listeners and viewers here on INCRadio Micronesia. Thank you to everyone who is tuning in tonight here on our INCRadio satellite studio. My name is Sister Randy from the local congregation of Machanao, and I am very excited for everyone to listen in on the topic that we have prepared today. But before we do that, I wanted to first introduce our team members who are here with me this evening, starting with our YouTube engager, Sister Avi.
Hello, brethren, tuning into INC Radio Micronesia. I am Sister Avian, or Sister Avi for short, from the local congregation of Guam. I am one of your YouTube engagers for tonight, so if you see me down there in the chat, feel free to say hello. I will say hi back. And alongside with me is Brother Matt down there in the live chat as well, helping me say and greet everybody in the live chat. And also, please be on the lookout for our YouTube engagement question for tonight. Can't wait to see your response.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Thank you, Sister Avi. Then we're going to go ahead and have Sister Randy. Sister Randy, you want to go ahead and go forward with introducing our part? I think we lost her. But Sister Randy, hello po. And to Sister Avi, I am Sister Arlene Malikdam. To all the viewers who are tuning into INC Radio Micronesia, I'm one of your hosts and producers here in the satellite studio. And I want to introduce our special guest because they actually have special greetings to make, and that is first of all our district minister here in the district of Micronesia, Brother Joven Sapilo Jr. Hello po.
Hello po, and good evening to Sister Arlene and the rest of the hosts for our INC radio broadcast right now here in the District of Micronesia. And yes, that's correct. We would like to mention a special greeting first and foremost to INC Radio International. We would like to greet you po a happy 10th anniversary po. And most importantly, we would like to take this opportunity po to greet our most beloved executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. We continue to thank you and we greet you po a happy birthday po. From the District of Micronesia, we continue to promise that all the ministers, ministerial workers, and all the brethren are united with all the projects and endeavors that you continue to launch inside the Church of Christ po. Once again po, maligayang karawan po, kapatid na Eduardo V. Manalo, mahal na mahal po namin kayo.
Thank you so much, Ka Joven, for your amazing greetings. And we want to go ahead and see, we have another special guest here. He is our assistant district minister, happens to be on the island of Guam. So thank you, Ka Julius. Let's go ahead and have you introduce yourself and also make your greetings po.
Good evening to everyone. I'm Brother Julius Malabanan, the Assistant District Minister. I'd like to greet first our beloved District Minister, Brother Joven Sipilia Jr. and his family. Welcome also to all the hosts and the brothers and sisters that are supporting this wonderful INC Radio Micronesia. We'd like to greet INC Radio International on their 10th anniversary of victories and success. And we hope and pray that we continue to enjoy the victories that our Lord God and our Lord Jesus Christ provides. But most importantly, as our district minister mentioned, we would like to greet our beloved brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our executive minister, a happy birthday po from our family. We would continue to pray to the Almighty God to always be beside you, to lead us towards perfection, and to continue to give you the best of everything in this life so that you may be our pillar of light that we follow till we reach our salvation. We also want to greet all of those who are participating tonight. Have a wonderful, wonderful show, brothers and sisters. Happy anniversary again po, and happy birthday po, sir. Thank you po. Happy birthday, Ka Eduardo Manalo.
Thank you, Ka Julius, for your amazing greetings there. And lastly, we have our CFO, who is our Christian Family Organization Overseer, Brother Roger. Hello po.
Hello po, Sister Eileen. And yes, we're live. Hello po to our District Minister, Brother Joven Cipilli Jr., and also to our Assistant District Minister, Brother Julius Malabanan, and also a special greeting to all the brethren who are tuned in and to all the chats. The locals are secretly competing with one another, I can see. So keep the hashtags coming po, beloved brethren. And a happy 10th anniversary to the INC radio outside the Philippines. More power po. May God continue to bless our programming to reach as many people as possible, and also even in this part of the world. And of course, a special happy birthday greeting to our most beloved executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. uh, Thank you so much for being an inspiration to all of us. We love you very much po, sir. Mahal na mahal po namin kayo. Happy birthday po. Back to you, Sister Arlene.
Thank you, Brother Roger, and thank you again to our Assistant District Minister and our District Minister for giving their greetings this evening. So thank you so much po. Now we want to go ahead and go forward with our topic this evening. Sister Randy, let's go ahead and take that away.
Thank you so much, Ate R. So for our topic this evening, once again, it's called What It Takes to Make a Difference. Now, when we ask this question, we might think different things. What are the qualities that we need in order to make a difference? What does it take for ourselves to make a difference? Whether you're your fellow peers, you're a leader, you're a teacher, or even a parent, right? What are the qualities that we should take or we should have in order for this to happen? So, before we continue with the rest of this conversation, we just wanted to introduce our guests who are joining us to elaborate more, talk about this topic more with us regarding this topic. So, starting with our sister there in the locale of Mangilaw, Sister Irish.
Good evening, brethren, and happy day. I'm Sister Irish Davis. I'm from the locale of Manilao. Thank you again for having me. It's always nice to receive an invite from our INC Radio Micronesia. Thank you. Like what Sister Randy had said, I am from the locale of Manilao. I do also hold office in I'm the local auditor for the finance in Manilao.
Thank you so much, Sister Irish. And we also wanted to introduce our next guest from the local congregation of Guam. If you can introduce yourself, Kuya Charlize.
Hello, half a day, everybody po. My name is Brother Charles Augustin from the locale of Guam po, and my office is a choir member and also currently a district book club president po.
Thank you so much, Kuya Charlize and Ate Irish. Now, as we talk about what it takes to make a difference, I wanted to ask first with Ate Irish, what qualities do you think are important in making a difference?
Thank you for that question, Sister Randy. I think the first thing that comes to my mind is to be consistent, because consistency is always something that you need if you want to make a difference. For example, in your home, right? If you want to make a difference in your home with regards to everyone's responsibility, you cannot lag trying to tell your children or remind everyone. So you have to be consistent. If you see something, correct it right away. So you see the difference all throughout.
Yes, I agree. There's different but I'm not a parent, right? So I don't, have that experience. But as a CWS teacher, right, I also have those experience with the younger generation. So you need to have that passion and purpose. Have a clear sense of purpose and genuine passion for that effort, so that you can maintain that motivation even if you're faced with different challenges, right? And you also need to have that resilience and empathy, and that also reflects from you as either a leader or a parent or a teacher, and it reflects to the younger children, like what you've mentioned and shared with us. But I also want to hear, from the point of Kuya Charlize, right? What about you, Kuya? Like, what qualities do you think are important when you making a difference?
Well, I think as a parents, as a parents about iglesianicristo, of course, you need to be active po, active in the church po, and most above all po, have a duty, whatever duty you have, embrace that po, no. And I think empathy, uh, patience, and commitment po are, I think, is one of the key. Those are some of the keys po, because empathy po is help us understand others po, no. And patience po, it keeps us going through all the challenges in life po. And commitment po, to ensure that we stick with it po, to see the real change in ourselves po.
Yes, I agree, Kuya. All the qualities that you shared with us, even at the Irish as well. I think all of these qualities together, they form this strong foundation that makes a lasting and positive difference, within not even just with the children or within our peers, but even within ourselves, right? Of course, we need to be the first ones to have these qualities in order for it to reflect onto others, whether it's our children or our coworkers or our peers, especially like if you are a leader, right? If you're leading in your workplace or if you're leading a certain organization, these qualities are what we need in order for it to reflect amongst others, right? But now, as we dive more into our discussion, I wanted to ask this time, Kuya Charlize, what are some ways to create that supportive network for those trying to make a difference?
Good question po. So some ways po is to be uh, a supportive network can start with a open conversation po, and sharing ideas po, and also connecting with like-minded people, whether in person or online po, no, and like especially your friends and loved ones po, no, can also provide advice po, and encourage and to elaborate more po.
Yes, I think that plays a big role in order to create that supportive network, especially like what we mentioned earlier, right? Like as a leader, you also need someone to mentor you, right? In order for you to have become a leader, someone must have taught you. And then you teach the next generation or whoever is next to become a leader, right? So how about for you at the Irish, what are some ways that you can create a supportive network for those who try to make a difference?
Thank you for that, Sister Randy. I definitely agree with Brother Charles with associating with light-minded people, because I believe in positivity, right? So if if you're surrounded with people that are positive thinking and they also support your ideas or are open at least to your ideas, then you could further on that and collaborate, right? Now, if you're surrounding yourself with negativity, then really moving forward is not an option, right? Because if you're surrounded with someone complaining, for instance, in a workplace, right? Okay, everyone, I want to implement this. And then someone says, oh, that's an extra step, right? So already, to make a difference in that setting, you have to be yourself the positive voice. So instead of saying, "Oh, that's such a next another step," you could encourage them by saying, "This extra step could actually enhance and practice your skills." So that's one of the examples I could share.
Yeah, I also agree with, like that was a good example that you shared, right? Like I think at the R can also agree with me because she was like nodding her head while we were discussing. At the R, right? I think it is important that we maintain that consistent communication, like what Kuya Charlie's mentioned, and also what at the Irish mentioned, where you cultivate a positive environment, because that's how you connect better with others and you foster that collaboration, right? And you're providing that support amongst each other.
Yes, I agree with both of them. They hit really good points when it comes to this this question, this discussion. One thing about qualities, right? It's also to persevere, to have that strive to keep on going, because sometimes change or difference doesn't all happen like right away or overnight. We have to be patient, like what Brother Charlie said. And then, of course, we have to have that positive attitude, what Sister Irish mentioned. That example, Sister Irish, that you had mentioned, I really believe that, because sometimes it may think the workflow might be a little bit more challenging, or it just that extra step is just going to take more time in your job, in the task. But you know what, if you also give a good reason, which you have mentioned, that will also be able to convince people to follow, to be able to support that way, right? Especially if it's supposed to be good for ourselves, right? To reap rewards and reap success. So even though the way might be challenging, I agree with both Charlie's and Sister Irish.
Yeah, they shared like a lot of very good points on what it can take to make a difference, especially because they're both in different career fields, for example, right? But then in some ways it's all, even if they're in different career fields, in some ways it's still the same because they are also parents, right? So they can use they both use those ways differently, but also they also have those similarities because they are parents, and that's what they have in common with each other, right? And even if myself, I'm not a parent, I can use those in a way as as the CWS teacher, right? And teaching the younger generation. Now as we talk about this, and we're talking about how it's more how we can teach the younger generation, we want to ask you, at the Irish, in what ways can making a difference contribute to your personal growth and development?
It can contribute to a lot of the ways in many aspects of my life. And I'll speak from a parent point of view. For Because raising kids is not an easy feat, right? So you want your kids to grow up with the implementations you have at your home. Like for example, if your child's kind of dragging their feet with some chore, or for instance washing the dishes, right? Oh man, washing the dishes, right? So you gotta flip the script, right? Instead of feeling that way, why don't we be thankful we have dishes to wash because we can eat, right? So if you're able to turn the conversation around in the home, I think it's so great that we start at home, because whatever is at home reflects outside of work. So and it also translates to work, right? So if you ask your team at work, hey team, could you please start implementing this step now? And then someone complains, you just turn the script around again and say, we're fortunate to have this type of technology to add this step. And not all workplaces have this. So it's always nice to be the first one. And to that, it adds to your character, right? People will lean towards you more, being the positive.
Yeah, I like that you gave that scenario, because you talked about how you took the negative situation and then turned it into a positive, so that it's looked into a different light. You made the perspective differently, so that's not like, oh, it's not always bad. Like it's not, there's no reason for you to feel bad about this situation, because there's a better way as to why this thing happens in our life, right? Now, what about you, Kuya Charlie's? Like, what ways can making a difference contribute to your personal growth and development?
Hello po. Yes, since Sister Irish put it in the perspective way in the household po, so I'm gonna try it to the workplace po. So as you know, I'm being experienced in the army po. So of course po, lead by example. So at least they can emulate you po, lead by example. And plus, making a difference, it help us grow, teach us more skills, and like team building, resiliency po, for our self growth and your team's growth po, no? and then it gives us purpose and open our minds more po to new perspectives, which can help us grow personally and feel a little bit better of ourselves if we see other people grow and in development po, personally and of course professionally po.
I agree. And, you know, I think like with that, you have this development of leadership and communication skills, right? So, for example, at the Irish, you know, she communicates more with her family. So communication skills with her family improve, right? Because they're more open to talk about these things to each other. And then with Kuya Charlie's, you know, there's that leadership skills in him, right? So he takes that initiative in making the difference, right? Because it's like, you know, you can't just sit back and watch all the time. Sometimes you have to be the one to make that difference so that others can follow you in making a difference as well, right? And you know, I always, well, as we talk about this, I just remembered something that I was told, where it's like, inspire, aspire, and be inspired, right? So it's like a reflection or like a chain reaction almost, right? You know, you want to enhance your relationships with your peers, with, you know, your students if you're a teacher, or even with your children or your family. And you know, with that, you also have to tie in with, you have to increase your patience, right? I think at the Irish, and Kuya Charlie's mentioned this even in the beginning, you have to have that patience with each other and also yourself. You know, everything starts with you, right? Like what we mentioned earlier, if you want to make a difference, you have to be the one to make a difference. You can't just, you know, wait for someone to do that. You know, sometimes it has to start with you, right? And so I also want to hear, like, you know, a little bit from Ataar. Like, Ataar, what do you think are, you know, maybe for yourself, you know, what are ways that can making a difference contribute to your personal growth?
You know, whenever you would actually see or feel that you have made a difference, not only does it feel good in your heart that you're doing it, but it also gives you that strength to actually really try to do other things that you haven't aspired to, right? Like, so for example, if it comes to like personal growth, like I want to be able to not eat rice all the time, right? Like that, if that's a goal for me. And you know, you got to be surrounded also by that supported network. Like for example, my husband, and he'll always keep me in check and say, hey, you know, you already ate rice for this meal, maybe we shouldn't eat rice for our next meal. So you know, making that difference and also being able to inspire others to do so, you know, it's that, you like you mentioned, it's that chain reaction. We love it. We love to see that people are always making changes to always better themselves, to grow in a very good way, not um and not in some instance where we're selfish, but being able to also share that, right? Being able to share and inspire other people to be better, to make that difference in their lives too. Like for example, like what we had an activity, right, Sister Randy? We had an activity last night, and it was such a success, and we're making a difference. Like not not just here in the District of Micronesia, but we are taking care of our fellow brother, and we're leading that way for humanity, and which is great. And we want to be able to I wanted to be able to share that because I am so proud that we are actually doing this, and it really made such a great example for us members of the Church of Christ, but also as a person as well, because we made such a big impact.
Yes, there's, you know, there was a lot of the qualities that we mentioned today, right, or the principles that we mentioned, we tied it into our activity as well. And you know, we reflect a lot on it, right? So even if challenges or setbacks are inevitable, you know, making a difference can emphasize that making an impact is not just about your individual actions, but also about cultivating relationships, staying committed even through all of these setbacks, but you maintain a clear and ethical vision of the change that you want to see or to perceive, right? So these qualities combined with, consistent effort, of course, is what leads to a meaningful and lasting contribution or in making a change, right? As like what we have discussed this evening. So, we want to thank our guests and also to Ata Arlene for joining us in our discussion. We wish that we could talk more about this. What more does it take to make a difference? But because of the time, we want to see and we want to hear all of our viewers there on the YouTube live chat what they will have shared with us tonight. So if Sister Avi, if you can just take it away and tell us, share with us what is going on there in YouTube live chat.
There is so much going on in the live chat at the Arlene and at the Randy. There are so many brethren hashtagging away. I personally see a lot of Garapan in the house. So we'll see if you win our local hashtag winner for this week. But stay tuned to see who won for this week in a few moments. So I'm going to go right ahead to the early birds from today and some of the answers that we've gotten from our YouTube engagement questions. So first I see Roger Manzania Jr. saying, hello, Po. Thank you all for tuning in. Hashtag Micronesia. Hashtag happy 10th anniversary po INC Radio outside the Philippines. Happy birthday po to our executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. We love you po. As well as Brother John Michael. John Michael Balmonte. He says, good evening po to all viewers. Greetings from hashtag San Jose, hashtag Kadiwa, hashtag CWS. And 3 more minutes till live stream. And I can see that he's excited to see and to participate into our discussion for tonight. We also see Mark Krillensha saying happy birthday po to our dearest executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, as well as Ronick Lizardo saying good evening po, brethren, hashtag San Jose and hashtag Micronesia. I see Princess Santiago saying happy watching from Majuro. Thank you for tuning in po. I see Sister Eileen Krillensha saying greetings po to everyone and a very happy 10th anniversary and to INC Radio. Hashtag Jigo, hashtag Core Palau. And I'm going to go over to the answers that we have gotten for tonight. And Katim Kamba, he says, an example of small actions that can lead to a significant change is have a set personal prayer. And if you missed the question for tonight, it was what are some examples of small actions that could lead to a significant change? You can still be able to reply in the comments your answer to that question. And I will continue to read out some more. Brother John Michael Bonamonte says, some small actions that can make a difference is to keep smiling, but let people wonder why you're still happy despite the ever-challenging world, then introduce them to our Almighty God's grace. That is all I see for now because we're almost running out of time, but we appreciate all of your comments and your hashtags. So keep it up, brethren. We love to see it.
Well, keep it up, brethren, too. Sister Avi, you did such a wonderful job wrapping up. There is a lot of hashtags. There is a lot of brethren who are giving their support to their locals, representing them on that chat. It's so amazing. It's like so fast right now. I can't really read everything. But awesome job, Sister Avi. Now we want to see what's going on in the district of Micronesia. CFO in action. So last week we did have a monthly meeting for the Benhi organizations, which was conducted all in different local congregations throughout our district. And if you have missed that, please go ahead and reach out to your Benhi presidents to see what that topic was about. But I want to go ahead and focus more on what will be happening. And for tomorrow in the island of Saipan, they're going to be having their evangelical in concert at the Grand Revo Hotel at the Fiesta Hall at 6 p.m. So if you love music and you want to feel that positive vibe like we've all been talking about and making a difference, please attend that special event. It's going to be amazing performances from singing to dancing, and we hope to see you there. Now we want to go ahead and go forward, Sister Avi, of our next segment. Who is our local hashtag winner? Kuya can you go ahead and show who is that local hashtag winner? Yay to the local congregation of, who is it? Cobblerville. Thank you so much. That is Brother Rogers, actually, local congregation. So thank you so much po. Now, who is our most supportive person from last week? Drum roll, please. Tech. It's Sister Jade Pasia. Thank you so much. Sister Jade has been such an awesome supporter on INC Radio. Um, be in the lookout, Sister Jade. If you are just ranking up all the way there, and thank you for your love and support here on INC Radio. Hearts, hearts, hearts. And also, lastly, Sister Randy, we are going to have our next broadcast next week. Is that correct?
Yes, so as we continue to talk about our most supportive and local hashtag winners, we want to invite everyone to our next week's broadcast, which is Saturday, November 2nd, 2024 at 10 p.m. Chamorro Standard Time. So we hope to see everyone there, and we hope that next time your local congregation will win our local hashtag winner, or even yourself as the most supportive YouTube chat engager. And now, before we end our broadcast, of course, we will never forget to end our show with our greetings and thank you, starting with Sister Avi.
To our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, and to our SIPC President and CEO and CFO Coordinator, Brother Angelo Iranio Manalo. Thank you so much, Paul, for your love and support and for always supporting us on INC Radio Micronesia. And once again, happy birthday, Ka Eduardo.
Thank you, Sister Avi. Now to our district supervising minister, Brother Joven Sapilo Jr. Thank you so much for your love and support here in our satellite studio, as well as our Assistant District Minister, Brother Julius Malabanan. And we want to go ahead and extend that greeting and thank you to our CFO Overseer, Brother Roger Manzanilla Jr. Thank you so much, po. And to our DMA, our District Multimedia Advisor, Brother Roger Villegas Jr. Thank you so much. It was such an amazing time to see you here on the island of Guam. We also want to mention our crew members in the island Saipan, Sister Gwen, Sister Bam, Sister Jillian, Brother Matt, Brother Judah, Brother Husky, and Brother RY. Thank you so much. And to our Guam brethren and our crew members, Sister Ann, Sister Faye, Sister Brandy, Sister Avi, Sister Maria, and Sister Marisol, and also to Brother Randy, Brother Michael, and Brother Sean. Want to also greet our executive producer, Brother Emmanuel Andaya. Thank you so much for your strong love and support here in leading us in our satellite studio. And I just want to throw a birthday shout out to Brother Tim Kamba. He did have his birthday. So happy belated birthday, po. We hope you enjoyed your birthday.
Thank you so much, Ate Arlene and Sister Avi, and of course to our guest, Sister Irish and Brother Charlie's. And before we end our broadcast, we wanted to say good night to all of our listeners and viewers here on INC Radio Micronesia. And coming up next is Washington, D.C. Satellite Studio. Good night po!
Hello, Team Live Chat!